once again, we are going to be going over my week 3 of the VGC High Roller Draft. It was against a lovely viewer of the channel, me, Eakes, and yeah, we're gonna go over that match. I'm gonna go over my team building, all that great stuff yet again, and we're gonna see if we can secure yet another 25 buckaroos and get ourselves that much closer to the playoffs. But ladies and gents, this is my opponent, Team Eakes. And so you can see his S tier Pokemon that he got were Regieleki and Regigigas. And I mean, no one's gonna like pick up Weezing, especially because there's two, both Kanto Weezing and Galarian Weezing. No one's gonna like waste their pick on choosing Weezing. So I mean, if someone gets Regigigas, they're gonna get like one of the Weezings for sure. And then Alolan Persian and Torracat, two big support mons. So you can already see that this team looks extremely Regigigas centric. We got Suicune, also seen as another support mon. He's actually got a Bouffalant on his squad, which is interesting. You know, Bouffalant has Sap Sipper, so it's a grass switch in for the Suicune. You can think of it like that. And then we've got Landorus Eye, Virizion. Something to keep in mind, I always try to look at all the strategies my opponent can come up with, right? And we actually have to worry about beat up Persian into Virizion justified, so that's something we've got to watch out for. Luckily, I'm one of the kind of players in the league that has a Clefable. Like, I have a follow me Pokemon. Not everybody has access to a follow me Pokemon, so pretty cool that I do have that available to me to stop that. And then Bronzong and Gardevoir. So those are two imprisoned Trick Roomers you could think about. They both have imprisoned. They both have Trick Room. And so they can kind of shut down me trying to go for a Trick Room centric strategy to kind of deal with the Regigigas. I always kind of say that if your team doesn't have Pokemon that are faster than base 100, Regigigas can be like a serious issue. And luckily I do have a few. I've got Talonflame, I've got Ninetales, and that's honestly about it, because I can't get Excadrill's Sandstream up with Weezing. I would have to manually do it with like Max Rockfall or something like that, and stuff like that. So I don't know, I'm pretty darn scared at the prospect of Regigigas, so I knew that I was going to have to counter team the Regigigas a lot. I think Regigigas, when you can build against it, is not really threatening. No offense to V6, I don't think it's like that good in a draft league, because like everybody can just build specifically for Regigigas. They tech on Will-O-Wisp, they, I don't know, have perfect move, like they have a Trick Room, they can just like drop your attack, they can find a super perfect way to kill the Weezing with something like Feint plus ground move. I don't know. I think Regigigas Weezing is like not the strongest in draft league, but you are forced to respect it. And like if I don't hard build against Regigigas, I'm gonna get clapped. So my first kind of deal to deal with Regigigas was, I think I want Trick Room. I think I want to go with a Trick Room strategy, and that's where I went with Jellicent here. This Jellicent has a lot of special attack. It's so that I can 2-hit KO Gardevoir, because once again, there's like the prospect of imprisoned Trick Room, but as long as Jellicent could just knock out the Bronzong and the Gardevoir as they waste their turn imprisoning and stuff, I thought it was fine. And then there are a lot of potential taunt from Eakes' side. We've got Persian. Torracat might learn taunt. I'm actually not completely sure about that. I think Virizion gets taunt. Weezing, obviously a very famous taunter as well. So I knew if I want the Trick Room up, I think Mental Herb is going to be perfect. I don't think Regigigas is going to be able to safely, Regieleki is going to be able to safely do damage to Jellicent with Lightning Rod Marowak. So that's why I went with Mental Herb. I was making the decision between Will-O-Wisp and Strength Sap. Strength Sap obviously heals me up, but Will-O-Wisp is a lot more consistent in like that it's permanent, right? As long as there's no safeguard or aromatherapy, I guess. Will-O-Wisp is permanent, but I ended up going with Strength Sap. I don't think it was the best decision. We will get into that in the match, but yeah, I went with Strength Sap. I think I would have rather had Will-O-Wisp. I think Earthquake, Fire Punch, and Low Kick hit everything on their team really well. I've got the ground for Weezing. I've got the fighting moves for Regigigas, Persian, Bouffalant, ground move. I've got the fire move for the Bronzong. I still was afraid of Bronzong getting up Trick Room, and then shooting off Blind Hypnosis because it's slower than everything on my team except Gigalith. But Gigalith can't touch Bronzong anyway. So I was definitely respecting all the Trick Room counters from Eakes, but I still wanted a Trick Room centric mode. I knew that Marowak could like go ham in this match. But then I had this really cool tech of cute. It wasn't Cute Charm. It was unaware. But Chalon Berry Clefable. Chalon Berry makes it so that I can guaranteed live an attack from Regigigas. Chalon Berry, if you don't know, it's very weird that it exists, but it lowers normal type moves. You know, we've got like Akka, Pachot, all that great stuff, but normal can't be super effective against stuff, so that's why Chalon Berry exists. And this was going to help me take a max strike from Regigigas, which I thought was pretty cool. At max defense to be able to live that max strike, Moonblast, Follow Me's, all that good stuff. So, yeah, definitely tried to be just supportive to help get up that Trick Room. And then Moltres. I knew that I could still get Electroweb even with Marowak. I wanted to be a nasty plot set. I wanted to set up. I wanted to be bulky. I wanted to set up, and I wanted to eventually try and sweep, and I thought Wakan Berry was going to help me do that. So Moltres was pretty standard. Nothing crazy. Just a lot of bulk. I think the speed kept me faster than, what was it? I hit 124 speed. And, yeah, that made me faster than, like, everything. Weezing was the fastest thing. Because, look, Meeseeks has a bunch of really fast Pokemon. Regieleki, Regigigas, Persian, Landorus, Virizion. But then, like, everything else is pretty middle to high speed. Like, everything's either slow or really fast. So I hit a good number. I was faster than everything except, like, Torracat and Gardevoir, I guess. And then I was slower than everything else. So if I'm going to be slower than everything, I need to, like, divvy up my stat points better, you know? And then I went with Specs Rotom. I think Specs Rotom was pretty cool. I could trick the Specs to things that really didn't want it, such as Regigigas, such as Persian, stuff like that. And I could also do a lot of damage because, like I said, guys, Suicune is going to be a really big problem for me because I can't hit it. I only have one electric and grass type move, and it's the same Pokemon. I don't have like other electric types. I don't have grass types. Like, I knew Suicune was going to be a problem. Tailwinding, Snarling. I needed a way to just try and attempt to pop this Suicune. And so that was kind of my idea. And then I just went with this Lumberry X-Drill with Sandrush. The speed is, once again, to outspeed everything on his team that I can. And just do a lot of damage. I went for Lumberry because I couldn't really think of a better item. I didn't go with Gigalith because I didn't think I could get the sand up with Weezing, pressure and stuff like that. And I'm going to be honest, I was pretty lost in this team building session. And I felt like I had a pretty rough matchup here. I knew I could handle Regigigas and Weezing, but I didn't really know how I was going to get through Suicune, but those were the biggest issues I had. So I tried to make it so I could get through Suicune as best I could with a big Marowak, just getting up boosts and clapping stuff. And then big Rotom I was hoping would carry me. And hopefully Moltres could just nasty plot up a few times and hopefully be able to get through Suicune as well. Unfortunately, I don't have many super effective attacks towards it. The speeds here may look weird. This is minimum speed Jellicent and then Brave 31. Yeah, 4. To be 1 point faster than Jellicent. So under Trick Room, I could have Dynamax Jellicent, Max Phantasm, lowered defense, and then Marowak just kills everything with like Earthquake. Which I thought was cool, but I think that would have been better if I actually was running a second move on Jellicent. Because, like, I don't know, I was really scared of the anti-Trick Room mons like Gardevoir and Bronzong. So that's why I even had this thought in my head. But let's see. I know this one's going to be an uphill battle. Definitely not impossible, though. So let's get right into the match. Enough talk, baby. So here we go. Right off the bat, Meeseeks did not bring his 2 S tiers. Regieleki, Regigigas, and Weezing. Weezing's like his A tier, right? So, like, I was already like, okay, this is weird. Yeah, he's got the anti-Trick Room Bronzong. He's got Suicune, which I was annoyed about. And Persian. I knew Persian could, like, taunt me and stuff like that. And so I was like, okay, this is interesting. I did obviously have to prepare a lot for Regigigas. I went for a whole Trick Room mode because of Regigigas, all this kinds of stuff. And, yeah, was definitely a bit taken off guard. You know, Lightning Rod from Marowak's probably not going to come in handy too much. The Trick Room mode might not really be too good. If I had something like Talonflame into this, I feel like we would be pretty much gaming. I do feel like the team is pretty darn low damage. Like, Landorus does some okay damage. Persian, not very much at all. Torcat, not very much at all. Bronzong, not very much at all. And then Suicune is, like, okay in the damage department. But then Boufflant, yeah, Boufflant's got kind of high attack, but he's kind of just forced to use, like, just normal moves. So, I'm going to take it easy peasy here. I'm going to go with my Trick Room kind of mode here. I'm taking so long because I'm literally just, like, typing in his team on, like, a little notepad and stuff. So, I go with my, like, hard Trick Room set, and I think it's pretty obvious I'm going to bring Marowak and Moltres. Unfortunately, my Extra isn't, you know, Mold Breaker, right? So, like, I can't really threaten the Bronzong too much. So I've got to be more aware of that. Okay. So, yeah. The reason I'm going for Double Protect here is, like, they can fake out Clefable, roar me, taunt me. There's all these kinds of stuff that I couldn't accomplish if I didn't just, if I allowed Clefable to get faked out, right? And so I see a Snarl from Persian. And no taunt coming out this turn. I have to think that this Persian doesn't have taunt. I don't know why you would Snarl these two. They're not particularly that scary. But I still go for Follow Me because I am afraid of potentially Roar. Like, if I got lazy, maybe I'd protect myself from the taunt, but I could get roared from that Suicune. And I need to, you know, protect myself from that. So I'm still going to go for the Follow Me anyway. And let's see what Meeseeks actually ends up going with here. And Persian just snarls again. So I'm really thinking, like, Persian doesn't have taunt. Which is... It's not good for me because I prepped for that. I wasted an item for taunt. And then they don't have it. So it's kind of a waste. But alas. But so, I mean, we're going to get Trick 'em up here. But Marowak is my sweeper who I want to bring in, and I can't exactly bring it in that safely here just because of, like, the potential of getting scalded is really brutal. And so I'm kind of, like, scrambling a little bit here with how I want to go. I think I misplay here bringing in Moltres because I've already seen that my opponent here is just pretty keen on just spamming Snarl. So, like, I probably should have risked it for the biscuit to get Persian in here for sure. But the big thing is like, if I want to start max quaking, I've got to be prepared for a Bronzong or a Landorus switch in that could just avoid my max quake. So Suicune switches out into Boufflant, which is obviously a great Trick Room counter for my opponent to have. Most likely it's minimum speed Boufflant. Just goes for Snarl again. Unfortunately, Moltres is going to get its special attack drop. Didn't get any, like, lucky cursed body Snarl drops in that first on that second turn, but it happened. And so I know I was at -2, but that Persian took absolutely nothing from Moonblast. I think I'm already trying to kind of figuring out what that Persian is. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure it's Assault Vest. It's going for nothing but Snarl. I don't really see, like, running Snarl makes sense on Assault Vest. You're probably Fake Out, Snarl, Foul Play, and then I'm not really sure what the last move would be traditionally. But Boufflant gets big here. And I feel kind of okay with this because I am literally Shalon very Clefable, which I guess helps against Boufflant too, which is pretty pog. And I'm going to try and get a nasty plot up. I think that's what I clicked here. Is going to try and get that big old plot up. Alrighty. But yeah, max Steel Spike. So obviously not a normal move. This is going to do more than the normal move would do because they don't know I have Chalonberry, right? So I take that pretty well though. I'm max HP. I'm max defense. This Boufflant. It's not stab, the max Steel Spike. And we see that it's not Life Orb or something like that. So I do get up this nasty plot relatively safely, I guess. Suicune is in. Suicune can Snarl me, and Suicune is probably slower than my Moltres, meaning it's gonna Snarl me before I get an attack off, right? So I think what I do this turn is that I Dynamax Moltres and start going for the max Darknesses because I'm at +1. He'll Snarl me, I'll be at neutral, and then I'll max Darkness and drop their special defense. So it'll kind of start like evening out the deficit, if you will. But Clefable's about to die. Jellicent, unfortunately, yeah, let me pause it right here. Unfortunately, because I brought Strength Sap, I can't touch this Buffon. Yeah, I was kind of convinced to go Strength Sap just for the healing, but Will-O-Wisp would have helped me so much more. I could have Will-O-Wisped this Buffon and had a really better time against the Trick Room, especially because of like, because of what he ended up bringing. But I was Strength Sap. I cannot Strength Sap the Sap Sipper Buffon, and so Clefable sucks right now, Jellicent sucks right now, and Marowak is not even that amazing either. So definitely the team select here left me getting bodied here. But yeah, I'm gonna go for the Max Darkness here. And once again, try to make up for those Snarl drops and all that good stuff. Sudsy, I can talk about Unaware after the match, but so yeah, Big Bird, Big Flaming Bird, let's go. I go for the Protect here because I think it's pretty obvious that you're gonna try and just kill. Wow, I thought it was obvious that you were gonna try and kill Clefable, right? But there it is, Max Lightning. They don't know that I have Marowak, so it makes sense. Obviously, that does like practically nothing. Even if I didn't have the Wakanberry, that wasn't hurting very bad, which is good. I don't think Electric Terrain is going to change anything in this game, but I guess it boosts the further wild charges in the future, so something to think about. But there we go. No Snarl miss, no hacks, feels bad. But now I'm going to start dropping their special defense here with my Max Darknesses, which I think is going to be really beneficial. So this will do a decent chunk. Yeah, to Suicune, that's solid. I'd say that's a solid chunk right there. But once again, Clefable, Jellicent, they're both pretty useless in this game, and I think that Moltres has to carry. So I like this play I make a lot. Here, I go for the Helping Hand because, once again, I don't need to follow me. Like, I don't feel particularly scared of anything with Clefable too badly. I would rather them attack my Clefable instead of my Moltres at this point. So I'm going to go for the Helping Hand to try and get the cheeky knockout onto Suicune. So let's see how that goes. There's the Max Strike. Berry activates, baby. I think I still go down, or I like barely live this, which is actually pretty crazy, but yeah, I still go down. So it's unfortunate that I revealed Berry in a practically useless way, but Moltres got its speed lowered, and right here, you're going to see that Moltres is going to go before the Suicune because of that. Helping Hand Max Darkness at -1 special defense, mind you, comes out, and Suicune gets bopped for that, which was really good. That was definitely, I kind of feel like that was objectively a misplay to do that, to lower Moltres' speed. Like, it's lowering Moltres' speed for when Trick Room is over, which totally makes sense, but you kind of do get punished in a way that it doesn't really work out here. I bring in Jellicent. I don't like that bring in from me. I think there's... Oh, Trick Room's actually over, so never mind. That makes more sense. Yeah, I was just thinking that it wasn't that good of a play because they can just kill Jellicent, right? Wild Charge. I don't want to switch out Moltres and a Marowak if I don't have to, but I still can get kind of cheeky with this, so that is what I'm going to go for. And then here, I'm at -1 speed with Moltres, right? And I kind of got greedy for this Max Darkness, thinking that, you know, I need to Trick Room eventually, and then the -1 speed will help me. But here's the big problem, is that this Buffon is just destroying my speed tiers. Like I said, I'm not minimum speed Marowak, so Buffon's going to be slower than me during Trick Room. And then Persian is going... Everything's going to be faster than me outside of Trick Room. So I'm kind of stuck in this really weird speed tier. Buffon took that so well that, like, I thought it might have been AV. But then I remembered he was at -1 and I was at... No, he was at -2 and I was at -1. So pretty crazy that he took it that well. But I do catch the Lightning Rod here, which is very good for me. And I do have, you know, the pressure to drop a... like an Earthquake or a Fire Wrath here into the Buffon at -2. So right here, I don't feel too bad. -1, not the best, but right here, I still don't know if the Buffon is minimum speed. I was unable to figure that out before I ended up going down. And so I don't remember what I go for here. If I go for the Fiery Wrath or the Air Slash. I think Fiery Wrath is like... Air Slash, getting the damage into Persian is great, but Air Slash might just be a more safe move. Icy Wind comes out, and that was brutal. Super, super brutal. Because Marowak is going to be slower now than Boufflant, which Trick Room's over. I was faster. Spoilers, we do find out that it is minimum speed Boufflant. Okay. But at the time, I didn't know that. Head Charge comes out. And I think Marowak lives this. Great. I am max HP. And I'm going to drop a Earthquake here, which is going to take out Boufflant. It's going to do some solid damage to Persian. Nothing too insane. But Moltres is low. Marowak is really low. And Jellicent only has Shadow Ball. Jellicent's kind of just doo-doo at this point. So I'm hoping that the back is something like Bronzong or something like that. But Landorus comes in. Landorus is big, strong. It's faster than all my stuff by far, especially because, you know, Moltres is at -2 speed right now. So, I don't know. I've kind of got my back against the wall here. I need to hope that this Landorus is like a special set and doesn't have a rock move. So, like, I think it gets Stone Edge. Yeah, so it doesn't have like Stone Edge or Rock Slide. Persian goes first with the Snarl. Pretty risky, risking the Snarl miss onto Marowak. Could have lost straight up off of Snarl missing there. So a little bit risky. And then Rock Slide comes out from Landorus, which actually just single target kills me. So I'm like, oh, it must be Sheer Force Life Orb. Obviously a really standard set. But then it takes the Life Orb recoil. Sheer Force, you don't take the Life Orb recoil. So that told me he's Life Orb Sand Force. So yeah, he was equating for me bringing Sand. But then once again, the whole dichotomy of the whole league, draft league kind of thing is like, I think bringing Gigalith into Weezing was really hard. So he had the Sand counter, but I never brought it at all. So right here, I'm kind of just like hedging my bets, thinking about what I can do in the future, but there's no way I can like win this game at this point. Jellicent doesn't have a water move. It's pretty useless. It's just going to die to like Foul Play plus any ground move really. I go for Trick Room here. Snarl goes for Snarl instead of Foul Play. They probably do a relatively similar amount of damage. And Landorus goes for Fly. I guess I got that information out. They already knew I had Trick Room, but I clicked Strength Step here. I probably like. There's some crazy world where like maybe I can heal enough to win with like enough Shadow Balls and all this kind of crazy stuff. But with how much that Fly did, just ripped me apart. And I'm just gonna drop to Foul Play. But yeah, so game one, we kind of got Snarl spammed. I made a few big misplays, you know, bringing in the Moltres instead of bringing in the Marowak. And then, I don't know, Jellicent feels really, really bad in this matchup because of the moveset and item that I gave it. And, but I need to bring it for my Trick Room. But then again, Boufflant kind of, I don't know. My whole speed tiers were really messed up. So I feel like I need to bring Rotom here. I need to break through that Suicune as best as I possibly can. We didn't see the item on the Suicune, but this is kind of what Rotom's all about. Rotom does big damage and then can occasionally put that trick on and kind of cause some problems. So I actually lead with Marowak just to get the... Why did I do that exactly? I guess just to get some offensive pressure onto Persian. Marowak doesn't take a lot from Foul Play. Like, it takes fine damage. But the thing is, like, the Thick Club boost isn't taken into account for the Foul Play damage, right? Just a little fun fact there. But yeah, Landorus comes out. Suicune does not. And, I don't know. I would say that this is probably pretty good for me. I'm wondering if I still play around the taunt at this point. Because I think I've figured out that it doesn't have taunt right about now. Especially, oh yeah, we saw literally every move last game. But I don't know, Jellicent could still die to some like Max Quake or something, and that's, yeah, I think Jellicent could totally die to like, excuse me, Snarl Max Quake, Foul Play Max Quake, stuff like that. So I've really got to think here about how I'm going to not take like an absurd amount of damage. I think I could have just Dynamaxed Marowak, I guess, turn one, right? But I'm thinking I go for Protect, and I'm trying my best to catch a Max Quake. But Landorus switches out here, which I didn't see coming at all. Like, I guess he's thinking that I am going to water move him or something. But, like, I don't know. They could just kill Jellicent. So, like, I don't know. I fully expected laners to stay in. I don't really get that too much. And then Snarl, it's like, I don't know. Like, that turn just absolutely murdered me. I don't think it made that much sense. Like, Jellicent's not a threat. Snarl does nothing to Marowak. It lets me get up Trick Room for free. So, obviously, it sucks for me, but the play was pretty odd. So, yeah, like, Moltres is at -1 in front of both the Snarlers, and then Marowak has the threat of, like, getting scalded or whatever, right? So, I'm in a pretty doo-doo spot right off the bat here. Like, sure, I've got my Moltres with its Lightning Rod next to it, but there's no electric types on that team to block because Regieleki's not here. But, so Marowak's also not that amazing. But Justin's going to come in. I'm going to try and, like, take as little damage on the switch in from the potential Scald as I can. Snarl comes out yet again. And then I'm fishing for Cursed Body procs here. I didn't think I needed Water Absorb or anything like that. And we get our first Cursed Body of the game, which is good. Moltres get a Nasty Plot, so I'm now at neutral. Only neutral I'm at with Moltres, which is pretty sad. And there's the Scald, and luckily it is into Jellicent, who's going to take that pretty darn well. And no burn, so good. Jellicent's in. I can get the Trick Room up, but we kind of saw Bouffant causing issues. Yeah, so I actually go for Strength Type, and I'm going to Nasty Plot again. Persian has been Snarled, right? So it can't... Sorry, it got Cursed Body, so it can't Snarl me again. So I know that I can actually start winning with Nasty Plot spam. And then here comes an Icy Wind, which, like, it... I don't know. Moltres is now going to be slower than everything except Bouffant under Trick Room, which is good for me. But, so next turn, I feel like I just go for Trick Room. And, I can maybe even start attacking. I think I'm at +1 with Moltres now. So pretty weird. Pretty darn weird. But, Strength Stab goes out. And, yeah, my plan for this next turn is like, okay, I think I'll try and set up the Trick Room now. And I might even go for another Nasty Plot. So I'm at +1, -1, but I feel like I'm about to get Snarled again. So I feel like I need one more Nasty Plot to really be able to break through this team. Especially to break through the Bouffant, who we saw was really bulky. And to hopefully be able to one-shot that Landorus before it gets into a position to like Dynamax or go pretty crazy here. So we're going to get the Trick Room up, and we're going to hopefully get our special attack up to another level. Persian goes for Foul Play here in a Jelly, which is solid. Suicune goes for the Snarl again, which is what I wanted. They tried to get the kill on the Jellicent there. Luckily, it didn't work out. Luckily, I got the kill here. Luckily, I didn't get knocked out, excuse me. I Cursed Body Suicune Snarl. It's a 30% chance. Like, it's gonna happen. Probably should have happened sooner than that, admittedly. But here we are. We are -1 speed on Moltres, and now we're +2 special attack. So that's good. That is good. I finally feel like we're potentially in the position here to sweep, but I need to play this right. Honestly, like, I can switch or I can go for a Strength Sap. I really feel like I Strength Sapped. I feel like I could have Strength Sapped my own Moltres. I think that would have been a sick play. Yeah, I think that would have been a really good play, actually. But yeah, I'm -1, +2, which I think is solid. I think this is the turn where I make a big, oopsie. So yeah, look, I go for Strength Sap into Suicune. I think I should have Strength Sapped, Moltres. Like my own Moltres. But yeah, this is where it all goes really bad. I was in a good position with Moltres, and I would honestly say and admit that I got greedy for saving my Dynamax. I thought that Suicune was gonna switch out or not really do much because both their Snarls are disabled. Maybe Persian just got it back, but when I saw this, I thought, yikes, I'm not gonna do much damage to Suicune. Suicune's an absolute tank, and then Moltres, not Dynamax, is gonna take a lot of damage from whatever move Suicune's gonna go for. I was even thinking maybe Suicune's got like Hailstorm and I just got clapped. But yeah, there we go. Moltres takes the Max Geyser. I take an absolute crap ton for that. I'm way too low to even abuse my Dynamax now. And I get the Berserk boost, sure, but I can't get through the Suicune at all. And then Persian goes for Foul Play into Jellicent. Unfortunately, Jellicent is still alive. Like, I almost wish Jellicent went down this turn, so I don't think I should have Strength Sapped. A lot of weird misplays that I made here. Strength Sap wasn't that good. I probably should have Shadow Balled, let myself die, get the free switch to Marowak. I could have even Dynamax Marowak and hopefully tried to carry with Moltres. But look how low my Moltres is. It was so good and healthy and strong, and now it's just like, it's just a sitting duck. So yeah, this is where the game pretty much takes its turn for the worst. I'd say this game gets pretty darn stally and unentertaining at this point. So I go for Air Slash. I'm not going to Dynamax when I'm at no HP, and I would literally just faint to that Max Geyser. I do as much damage as I can to the Suicune. Jellicent gets snarled. There's a few more turns of Trick Room left, so I mean, I think Marowak's got to be the one to come in here. But not really. Marowak would actually just die. So Rotom comes in. And so I'm thinking that hopefully my Rotom with the specs can do some work. Hopefully I can like pick off the Persian, get the Snarl out of the way. Jellicent maybe gets up a Strength Sap against the Landorus. I get up another Trick Room, and then Marowak might actually be able to sweep here in the late game. So I'm pretty sure I go for the kill onto the Persian. And so I'm Specs. I know that this Persian is most likely Assault Vest at this point. But there's Boufflant. Obviously, Boufflant has Sap Sipper, probably trying to come in on a Grass move. I Strength Sap my own Rotom. That's definitely the right play. My attack doesn't matter. It's going to heal me more than Persian because I already lowered its attack. Here comes the choice, Specs, Thunderbolt. And I would honestly say that did absolutely nothing to Persian. Literally nothing. So it's like, that is the fattest cat. Big cat pop. Like, huge Assault Vest Persian. It takes nothing. I get the Cursed Body on the Snarl, but it's too little too late. I'm locked in a T-Bolt at -1. I can't touch Boufflant. Boufflant's at full. My Marowak's not that good. Trick Room turns are running out. And, yeah. This one's just getting super yikes, TBH. I'm gonna try and, like, salvage my way out of this game. I Strength Set my own Marowak to get, like, the biggest heal I can possibly get. Head Charge comes out. Does a ton to Marowak, to be honest. Icy Wind, too. It's gonna lower Marowak speed, which is good. Like, now I'm slower than Boufflant, but I'm at -1 attack. Like, I'm just going to die to the Head Charge. We just saw how much it did. Like, I just either die to Foul Play or I die to Head Charge, whichever one. In Dynamax form, I would die to all those attacks. So, like I said, I'm scrambling. I'm trying to think of a way to win this. I'm going to go for Trick Room again, try and set it up. And then I need Marowak. Yeah, but here's the sucky thing. It's like when Marowak comes in, he's going to be faster than Boufflant, meaning slower in Trick Room. But he would have just died that turn. I could protect, but then I'm at -1, and the same turn applies, where I would just die the next turn. That was a cool play. He goes for Foul Play that would have killed Marowak, and then Wild Charge. It doesn't really work if I just protected Marowak, I guess, but punish the switch. Nothing I can really do anyway at this point. But, yeah, I'm going to Strength Set my own Rotom, who got its attack reset. And then I have to worry about Thunderbolting the Persian switching into Landorus, right? So that's why I don't attack it. This is Specs Thunderbolt, mind you. I did not get Snarled. But does a ton. Oh wow, I actually go for Trick. That was a poor play by me. I thought it was really cool to like trick the Citrus Berry to myself. But in hindsight, I should have just tried to kill Boufflant. Wow, I might have actually been able to pull this game out if I killed the Boufflant there. If I Specs T-Bolt killed Boufflant there, Marowak would be slower than everything. I could Thunderbolt Persian again to kill it. And then I'd have the Dynamax Marowak against Landorus and Suicune. It would be really tough. It would honestly be really, really tough, but yeah, that was a big misplay. I thought it was cool to get the Citrus Berry. I thought it might have been kind of hype, but that's going to do it. Rotom's going to get clapped by Head Charge. Crit doesn't matter. We definitely died to that. And once again, I can't Strength Sap the Boufflant because of Sap Zipper. So, there we go. I Curse Body the Snarl. I'm going to bring in my low HP Marowak. We're going to Dynamax. We're going to go for the Hail Mary here, baby. But, yeah, it's not going to work out. Go, baby, go. Big Marowak. Yeah, I just don't want to... I'm trying to save you guys the time. The entertainment portion of this battle has long been lost. But there we go. The head charge takes me out. I mean, I was in range to die to it. I was hoping something got cheeky. Maybe I lived on, like, 1 HP. I don't know where that foul play was going. I was thinking maybe Marowak lives on, like, 1 HP. Foul play and then protect. Kill the Bouffant. Strength sap some stuff. Kill the Persian. I don't know. It would have been absolutely insane for me to have actually been able to win this game. But, yeah. That's how it goes sometimes. Let's head over to the team, because I think this is, like, a really interesting point to make. Is where, like, I heavily built for Regieleki, Regigigas, Weezing. None of it was built at all. I haven't brought at all. I made these speed tiers that, like, were supposed to work with, like, Phantasm that got clapped by Bouffant. I chose to go Strength Sap. Made me really bad against Bouffant yet again. It was just really all bad. And then Snarl spam was just brutal for Moltres, even with Nasty Plot. I definitely could have done better. It was, like, not a good matchup, though. Everything I brought just ended up being bad. It was just kind of bad calls from me. I didn't make safe enough calls. I had some bad decisions. And a lot of the team... And I even made misplays in the game, too. So it was just, like... Definitely not a good week for me. Meeseeks built a very solid, bulky team. I didn't respect the Bouffant, and the Bouffant ended up doing a ton of work. I got caught off guard by the Suicune Dynamax, all that great stuff. So that's going to close it up for my week 3. So guys, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, I hope that you guys come by the stream sometime to have some live, fun stuff with us. I appreciate you guys very, very much out there nonetheless. So guys, drop a like on this video. It goes a really, really long way. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We've got lots of fun Pokemon, VGC, cards, all this kinds of fun stuff on the channel. So I hope that we can grow as a, you know, little community and a channel together. So much love, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, everybody.